Throughout Battlefield's nearly 16-year history, there have been countless different weapons for players to use. You may have your favorites in mind, but there have definitely been some that rose above the rest. What is up, guys? Jimmy or Chaos, welcome to Chaos Top 10s, and tonight we are going to be counting down the top 10 craziest Battlefield weapons of all time. So if one comes to your mind right now, I want you to leave it in the comments section and let me know what it is. We are running a $200 Amazon gift card giveaway the entire month. All you have to do to enter is like this video, be subscribed, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment why you want to win it with your Twitter handle attached. I will announce the winner at the end of the month on Twitter. Kicking off our list today at number 10 is the K10 in Battlefield Hardline. While this game it wasn't exactly liked in the Battlefield community by everybody, it did have some pretty cool elements to go along with the smaller setting. However, after release, there was a lot of talk about a certain gun possibly being overpowered. As there is in any shooter, looking at the stats of the gun, I could see where they were coming from. The K10 was a submachine gun that was modeled after the Vector SMG, and it was the fastest firing gun in the entire game with a whopping 1,200 rounds per minute. On top of that, the K10 had a very good hip fire, although the ADS accuracy was pretty poor, which is interesting because it's usually the opposite. And because of how quickly it could fire and how it could theoretically drop people in 4 bullets, many people called it overpowered since it was far and away the best close-range gun in the game, even better than most shotguns. I think this is a good way to kick off the list. At number 9, we have the Nagant Revolver in Battlefield 1, the most recent Battlefield title. There's just something badass about using revolvers in multiplayer shooters. I'm not sure what it is about revolvers, but it seems like they're insanely fun in every game that they're included in, and Battlefield 1 is no exception. The Nagant Revolver is unlocked by getting 20 kills with the Luger P08 and is a unique 7-shot revolver, which you don't see very often. It's mostly 6 shots. They usually carry 6 bullets. The Nagant deals a whopping 40 damage at close range and decreases down to 23 to distance, making it a 3 to 4 shot kill on average, which is pretty impressive for a pistol. Plus, the Nagant Revolver can be equipped to any class, making it even more universally used and loved in Battlefield 1. However, there is another revolver in Battlefield 1 that we'll talk about a little later on this list. At number 8, we have the L5 Resig in Battlefield 2142. This game was pretty much Titanfall before Titanfall was even thought of in the gaming world. Released in 2006 for the PC and the Mac, and was the very first and only Battlefield game to go far, far into the future and feature futuristic weaponry and vehicles. One of those awesome vehicles was the L5 Resig. This monstrosity was a 2-legged walker equipped with Gatling guns, missiles, and super thick armor. Now, these walkers basically replaced tanks in the Battlefield world, and while they weren't very quick in movement, they were awesome to control, and they used to rip up the opposition. I don't know about you guys, but I would love another futuristic Battlefield-type game, and I know, the whole sci-fi FPS market may be a little oversaturated and played out right now, but I would love to see what DICE could do with a follow-up game to Battlefield 2142, because it's been a long time for them, and it could be a fresh take for their series. At number 7, we have the SRR-61 in Battlefield 4. Widely considered to be the best sniper in the game, this gun was the go-to gun for mods players trying to get to they wanted that range. They wanted the range advantage over every enemy. The bullet drop was tricky to get down to a science, but once you did, the SRR-61 was pretty much unstoppable as it was capable of a one-shot headshot kill at virtually any range. It was definitely designed for traditional sniping, as it has a fire rate of only 40 rounds per minute, and it doesn't come with much ammunition either. But the time you had with this gun before needing to restock it will be excellent. At number 6, we have the M16A3 in Battlefield Hardline, the beta, okay? There are a few guns in Hardline that caused issues with the community. While the K10 was considered to be overpowered at close range, the M16A3 was considered to be overpowered pretty much everywhere else. This was an assault rifle that could be used with the operator class, and it had a very intimidating fire rate of 800 rounds per minute with a very high damage that made it easy to spam and get quick kills with, which made a lot of gamers mad. Thankfully, the devs saw the problem pretty quickly and were able to nerf the M16 for the full release, which is why you do a beta, which is perfect, preventing it from doing the same damage once the game actually came out. And it was a very, very good catch. But if you played during the beta, this thing dominated, and even after it was nerfed, it was still one of the main guns used online. Okay, at number 5, and I know this gun is pretty much worthless, okay, but the Calibre in Battlefield 1 is I know it was a joke by DICE, but it's insanely fun. I mean, the Calibre is the smallest and the weakest weapon in Battlefield 1, maybe the smallest and weakest weapon in any shooter, and it is a recreation of the smallest firearm ever created at the time of World War I in real life. It does a maximum of 25 damage and reduces all the way down to 1 damage at a distance, making it theoretically a 100-shot kill at the end of its range max. Now, extremely close range is capable of dropping people in about 4 shots, so don't let the size fool you, and it's definitely more of a novelty item, if you will, than an effective weapon, but due to how popular and recognizable it became following the release of Battlefield 1, I think the Calibre definitely earned a spot on this list today. At number 4, we have the Maxim SMG 08/18 in Battlefield 1. This submachine gun is basically an SMG-LMG hybrid, as it features a huge, whopping 80-bullet magazine, and it fires at about 450 rounds per minute. The damage in the Maxim isn't very impressive, as it maxes out at 23 damage and drops down to 13.5 minimum with the first 1.25 first shot multiplier, making it about a 4 to 6 shot kill on average. Now, the Maxim is an experimental German gun that was based on the MG, and it was put into Battlefield 1 with the In the Name of the Tsar expansion. It may not be the strongest damage output, okay? But the ability to run around with a massive 80-shot SMG and spray down enemy after enemy is definitely an awesome feeling. And for people that aren't a very good shot like myself, the more bullets you have in reserve, the better you feel, the safer you feel. At number 3, we have the Ace 23 in Battlefield 4. Probably the coolest name on this list, if you ask me. Just something cool about Ace. This rifle was regarded by many as the best gun in the entire game for a time, and there's good reasoning behind the claim. The Ace 23 had an automatic fire rate of 770 rounds per minute, and it was capable of doing up to 24.5 damage per bullet, and with a velocity of 620 meters per second, that's pretty good. Add on that a first shot multiplier of 2.25 times. This baby could drop people extremely quickly. When Battlefield 4 was in its prime, the Ace 23 was widely considered the most versatile gun in the game, and many even called it the best overall because of how universally effective it was. It seemed like there wasn't a single situation or scenario in the game that this gun was not prepared for, and it definitely earns a spot in the top 3 on our list today. At number 2, we have the number 3 revolver in Battlefield 1. This is another badass revolver in BF1, and it's an absolute monster. I told you guys earlier we'd be revisiting this with one more pistol. After reaching rank 10 for Assault, you get this revolver that was modeled after the Smith & Wesson Model No. 3 revolver that has been seen in a lot of Wild West movies. Now, the No. 3 revolver in Battlefield 1 is pretty weak at mid and long range, but close range is another story entirely. This thing will deal a whopping 53 damage, making it a 2-shot kill. It may not be the most effective after close range, and it's definitely not a go-to gun in Battlefield 1, but there is just something so badass about whipping this revolver out and 2-shotting someone just out of the gate. And that is what got it this spot on the list today. And finally, we are going to end this list today. Now, you guys in the comment section can let me know if we got it right. Let me know which one should have been number 1 if you don't agree. The F2000 in Bad Company 2. Considered by many to be the best Battlefield game ever made. Bad Company 2 featured tons of destructible environments and awesome weaponry. Many thoughts went to the F2000 that it was the best all-around gun in the game, and for good reason. The F2000 was an assault rifle with the highest rate of fire of all the guns in the assault kit, making it double as a very effective SMG. And while it didn't have the best range, it was still solid with a good scope, grenade launcher, or a Magnum ammunition. And the F2000 was a fan favorite rifle that many thought to be the best all-around gun in the game. So the question I'm going to ask you guys, what is the best all-around gun in Battlefield history? We did the craziest weapons. That's not necessarily a gun. So you guys let me know, or should we do a top 10 about that? There you have it, my friends. That's a little trip down the Battlefield memory lane on the craziest Battlefield weapons of all time. You guys let me know where we got it right. Let me know where we got it wrong. If you'd like to see a top 10 best Battlefield guns, you guys let me know. As always, there's a playlist below. Make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a new top 10. A brand new one goes up every single night without hesitation at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thank you to everybody who watches daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a new one.